Hey guys, today I thought it would be fun to show you how I get my beachy wavy hair. I hope that this is easy to follow. I hope that you can learn something from it. I know sometimes speaking as a professional, I'm not very good at instructing and teaching, so I hope that through this video you can pause, really see how I hold my hands, learn about, how certain directions that you curl can give you certain effects in your hair or certain effects with your curl. I really hope you're enjoying these videos. I really appreciate all those that have been watching and subscribing. It's really been fun to do this. I really hope that you're getting as much enjoyment out of it as I am. But anyway, so I hope that you enjoy this tutorial. Hope you give it a try. Thumbs up if you like it, and please subscribe. Mufasa hair. Okay guys, to start my beachy hair tutorial, I am working with day 2 hair. I tend to have pretty oily hair, and I get that from my dad. Thank you, Dad. I have a mixture here of cornstarch and cocoa powder, and I got this idea from my friend Chastity. She has a blog. It's called Pearls and Mason Jars. I'm gonna put a link to it in the description box below. She hasn't posted in a while, but she has a ton of posts on there that are really helpful. Lots of organization, budgeting tips. I think she has some recipes. She definitely has a lot of makeup and beauty style kind of tips. Hers is a little more in depth. This is basically dry shampoo for dark hair. She has a few more ingredients. I just did cornstarch and cocoa powder because it just worked for me. This is the dry shampoo I normally use when I highlighted my hair. It's really great for blondes, and it smells so good. So I think she put cinnamon in hers, and that really helps with a good scent as well. If you're worried about smell, I use a very perfumed hairspray. I use the Chi Ultimate Control Royal Treatment hairspray. It's got white truffle and pearl. I don't know what a pearl smells like. I really don't even know what a white truffle smells like. But it smells really good. It's really perfumed, pretty strong. So that's what I use. Coming from a professional, I will tell you that I have tried many dry shampoos on the market, and this was probably the best for the price. It's the Suave Professional Dry Shampoo Spray. It smells like citrusy, kind of lemony. It smells very clean. I think this bottle is like $2.96. maybe, this whole bottle, and it will last you a while depending on how often you use it. I always suggest that if you're a blonde to get that one. If you're a brunette, go check out my friend Chastity's blog about how to make homemade brunette dry shampoo. So I mix it in this cup, and I just get a little bit on my hand, and I do this over the sink just so if there's any fall off that it goes right into the sink. But I do my hairline, and you can see it pretty good, but the more that you rub it and spread it around, the more it blends in. So as you can see, I'm just going right around my front hairline. I have a loose part. I don't really have a hard line part, but I'll kind of tap it off just a little bit and just right down my part. You can see, got a little on my shirt, but it come right off. And I'm just kind of rubbing it, and don't rub too hard. You don't want to damage your hair in the process, but make sure that you're spreading it out so that you really can't tell in your hair. And then the other place I get really oily is right back here in my crown. My hair tends to split, so I have to really work a lot of this in to make sure I cover that, and it also kind of helps fill in where that split is. Whoa, don't do that. So you can tell it really helps kind of freshen my hair up. It doesn't look quite as shiny and gross anymore. So I'm going to get right into it with curling. I'm using a Hot Tools Marcel iron. We got these in hair school. I love this iron. It has lasted, I've been out of hair school for almost 3 years now. I wouldn't suggest these if you've never worked with one, because as you can see, it doesn't have a spring handle. It's more of a professional iron. You can use a wand. I don't suggest that you use a wand like this. These are not very popular anymore. Nobody wants that loose, beautiful wave and then this tight little wave at the end. That's not the look we're going for. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But that's not what I'm trying to show you today. So my first section is above my ear, right above the top of my ear, and I just try to go straight back, evenly as possible. and I just clip this up out of the way. Now, around my face, I pay a little closer attention. You know, this little area right here. And you're just going to wrap and hold it really loosely. And if you have a piece that hangs out, just let it hang out. Hope you noticed, I didn't hold this for 20 seconds on my hair. Don't do that. You won't make it past 10. You will burn your hair off. And especially if you're using an iron with heat setting, I do halfway. That is plenty hot enough. Now, I do have finer, thinner hair, so I can do a lower heat setting. If you have thicker, coarser hair, of course you want to do a little higher. But do not hold this for 20 seconds. Oh my gosh, do not. Okay, so you see I'm taking probably an 1.5 inch section, I don't know, I'm just guessing, and I'm wrapping away from my face. I don't want it to be perfect. I'm going to let it, especially these underneath pieces, I don't want them to be perfect. I'm going to let them fall how they want. And like I said, straight little pieces sticking out like that are okay. Let them do their thing. Don't run your fingers through any of these pieces. Let them fall. I kind of twist them back just to make sure, because using thicker pieces, if you let them fall too straight, they'll be straight. You don't want to do that. Okay, same thing on the other side. Take this little section right in front of your ear, because this is what you'll see, and take your time on that piece, you know, don't go too fast. Wrap it around, and these are your most fragile hairs. Right here in front of your face is the hair that you flat iron the most, you blow dry the most, it's exposed to all the elements. Take it easy on those front pieces. Now, I'll show you when you get to this side, this is where people are like, oh, I can't do that, I have such a hard time. Me too. You're going to roll it around at first, and then kind of slide up towards your hair. Make sure you're not burning yourself. And then aim it straight down. That's going to guarantee that right there at the scalp, that hair is going in the direction you want. You don't want it to be like a roll on the front. If it's too curly, grab your hands and just kind of, don't run your fingers through it, just kind of tug. I like my bottom to be loose. I want my hair to look as long as possible. Next section, a little higher than temples. Now, with this section, if you want it to look more natural, kind of how your hair would naturally do if it were to be naturally curly, obviously mine is very naturally straight, you would roll all these towards your face except these front pieces. It looks better, let's be honest. But you would roll everything towards your face, which means you would grab it and go towards this way. Now, I prefer to keep everything away from my face. Sometimes I'll alternate. I'll do one back, one front, one back, one front. The only thing about that, I think that's great if you're going to go to the beach, if you're going to be riding in a car, do it that way, because when the wind blows, it's just going every which way and it's beautiful and it gives you even more texture without really trying. I'm going to keep mine a little more polished and keep it all going back. Okay, so now I'm on my last main section. This is where I try to keep it loose because these are my shorter layers, and so they tend to curl up a little more, and I don't want it to do that. I want it to be nice and loose like these down here. So again, going away from my face, I'm just going to keep these as loose as possible. That's what I want. I don't want it to be this tight little wand ringlet. I want it to be this nice, loose little wave. Now, you can brush through your hair before each of these if you want to. I don't. I brush my hair before I do it. I really didn't too much today, just because it was so straight. If I'd let my hair air dry, I would definitely brush it before, because it would have been a rat's nest. This is about where my part is on this side. So these pieces, I'm really careful about. I want them to go in just the right direction. So I really hold my curling iron firmly at a straight up and down. Again, see, that one's really curly for me. I don't know if you can tell, my hair recedes really bad on this one side. I really try to work this piece, especially to the front, and that's kind of what you're going for. Now this still is a little too curly for me. I'll show you usually how to fix those. I just hold it straight and just kind of run some heat on it and pull, and then run some heat on both sides and pull. And you see that really loosens it up. Especially on this side, at your top, you want to get as close to your scalp as you can without burning. If you had a bigger wand, of course, you would get a little more volume than I'm getting with this 3/4 curling iron. But I'm okay with that. Now the crown section is a little challenging for me, getting my hands back there, making sure I'm grabbing. So what I literally do is I just grab hair that I see is straight, and then you'll see in a minute I'll check with my mirror to make sure I'm not missing pieces. Because see, I'll get like this big old chunk from this bottom part, you know, that's straight, completely straight. Get all over the back, and you can see I've got a pretty, see that straight piece right in there. Grab it. I'm going to roll it away. When you get to the back, just try to shift your hand different ways. As you can see, I've got this one going a different way than I have been. Normally I'm over here twisting this way, but this time I was twisting this way. That takes time. That takes practice for sure. If I were you, I would not turn my curling iron on and just practice, you know, working which way away from your face you want to go or which direction you're trying to go in. And on these, I don't start in the front. I like to do the front last because I feel like those curls kind of get in the way. I don't want to constantly be accidentally rolling that piece over and over again, these front pieces, because like I said, these are your most damaged pieces right around your face. So, and also this top layer is pretty damaged as well. So take your time to really find your section. If you want these tighter, of course, you can make them tighter. This is just how I prefer it. I feel like this is more of what's in style as far as waves go. We're not rocking ringlets anymore, ladies. Okay, up here I'm going to take pretty big sections because I don't want these pieces to be super curly either. And I roll pretty much all the way down to my scalp on these without actually touching my scalp, because that'd be silly. Again, try not to grab pieces you've previously curled. Now, because I part so far over, I usually have the issue that this side doesn't look as curly. So what I'll usually do is go back in and grab little pieces and just do them by themselves. Just really small section. Okay, let me make sure I've got everything. Okay, looks good enough to me. Okay, so now at this point, after my hair's kind of cooled for a minute, and you don't have to let it cool long, I just flip over, shake especially around your part. Okay, and then flip back. And then you just kind of part it. I don't really like to have like I said, a defined part. I just kind of like to let it do what it wants. Now, if you have some kind of texturizing spray, this would be a great time to use it. I'm currently out of my favorite. I like to use the Big Sexy Spray Clay. So what you can do is just take your hairspray. Now this is a light hold. It's just a shaping spray, so it's a light hold. But I just do that and then kind of make sure it grabs it. Work that back. Take this, shake it up, spray it. And then you just kind of comb over the top. That's it for my hair tutorial today. I hope you try this, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope it was pretty easy to follow. Thanks. Bye.